EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we've got a good one on tap in the AFC North, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Buckeye, the young rookie QB from Ohio State.
And as we watch this young man play, let's never forget, he's a rookie quarterback. That means he's going to go through the inevitable growing pains. Like any quarterback, he's going to have to adjust to the speed of the game because things fly in the NFL. And every snap, absolutely invaluable for long-term development. Nothing like game reps in order to improve in this league.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Off play action. Howard.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt.
DeAndre Carter back deep.
They bring the pressure as he gets this one away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he is advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And score that one for one of the league's best. Jalen Ramsey getting the tackle for loss.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
Beck.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Browns first down. It's a gain of 20. First down, Cleveland.
Off the bootleg. Beck. He finds his man. Complete. It's Bates. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Give up the middle, Judkins.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
This is Ford. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That good for 22 and a first down.
The Browns first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Judkins is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Back foot throw there is incomplete.
That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon.
both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Steelers nothing.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 9. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Right back to him on first down.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
And the result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2nd and 6. Had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Howard. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 33 yards that time.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
A handoff for Warren.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On the give, it's Warren.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's another Steelers first down.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch.
They'll run here with Gainwell.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end, any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was, because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Calvin Austin,
A 7-yard touchdown ground.
and the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
His throw incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw. Beck
Setting up a screen for Judkins.
And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
That's good.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
To the right side, that's where Tillman is.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beck.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Howard. Got his man. It's Warren. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from adding another catch to his big start.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead to give up the middle.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 42.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
Here's Howard. Off play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That's another Steelers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2nd and 3. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that was good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Cleveland offense making their way out. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Beck. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun. Beck. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
13 yards on the play. And the Browns first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Browns.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
That's downfield. He's got Fannin.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Browns first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Open man, that's Tillman.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's one.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 12.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
On the return, Carter. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Once again, Judkins on a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
2nd and 14. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Beck.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And now out come the Steelers.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Howard now throwing to start the drive. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Howard.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just said.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Now a run with Warren.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now.
Operating from the gun. Howard. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to extend their lead.
In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score.
That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Beck. And his throw is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Beck. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Browns.
They'll look to throw again.
He'll get this complete to Tillman.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Operating from the gun. Beck.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Beck.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Howell.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worrying about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On fourth down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
"19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Beck. He'll swing this out to Judkins. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
This 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Beck. To the sideline and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Off play action. Beck. And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead.
You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Looking to throw. Beck
checks it down to Jenkins.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on third down. Beck. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds Austin complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run it. Warren. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On the run, it's Warren. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
At the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Howard. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
4th down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
First down. It's a gain of 6. And the Browns 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st down, here's Jenkins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Beck.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beck.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Howard. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, They run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Warren will try the right side.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. So he stopped for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still, no yardage. Okay.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Third down and
Normally
10.
being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Back to throw again.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here.
54-yard attempt.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain an 11-point spread. So an 8-play drive gets him down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Bonds at midfield. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll run from the gun. It's Judkins.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
First down, right back to Judkins.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
That's another Browns first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up there thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Good job there defensively to push them back on 1st down. I'm not sure if this is 4-down territory or not because they can kick the field goal and get it back within a score, but you know that's not what they're thinking right now. A field goal has to be their last option.
Trying to hammer it in with Judkins.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
An inside run with Judkins.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And you know it pains them to be this close, and you know they're going to want to go for it here, but they absolutely have to kick the field goal and get this back to a 1-score game. It's only logical.
And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Howard. Throwing to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
At the 32-yard line.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here.
And room there to work it inside the 25.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you know, 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Throwing to start the drive. Beck. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Beck. Over the middle, complete to Judy.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Give up the middle, Jenkins.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beck gets this over the middle to Tillman. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a one-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
On the toss, Jenkins.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jenkins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
This one downfield for Tillman.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun. Beck. So nothing doing there. And it's 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
This one is complete to Jenkins.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game. That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
Complete to Jerry Judy. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 5-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and goal. He's back to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Harold Fannin, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
The Browns will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? and he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Howard. Over the middle, complete. It's Warren. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Operating from the gun. Howard.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
Operating from the gun. Howard. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Steelers are going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
Intended for Harold Fannin. Incomplete. Keanu Benton on the coverage.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A give. Here's Judkins. Oh, an excellent tackle there as they keep him inbounds and hold him to no gain.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, here's Judkins.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So it's the Browns who are going to get possession first here in overtime as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Beck. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Browns.
They'll give it to Jenkins. And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the two defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, if you're up five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
So third down coming up. And, Charles, I guess a question for me, where does four-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
That is caught. Touchdown. They strike first here in overtime. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a first throw here in overtime. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down.
Operating from the gun, Howard.
Pass complete to Austin on the comeback route.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it.
10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
23 yards the pickup there. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Howard.
And he's going to get into the end zone. They respond with a touchdown of their own, and now decision time. Down by 1 here at OT.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Boswell for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 95 yards rushing for him now on 25 carries.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Browns first down.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB in overtime. It's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Each team's had it in overtime, so next score wins. Here's second down. They'll stay on the ground with Judkins.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And it's third down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Beck. And this is going to be incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Howard.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
At the 28-yard line.
They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're moving.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. The handoff to Ford up the middle.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They run with 4. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to get the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
And with that, we say so long from Pittsburgh.